billion-dollar table is where you educate yourself to do better. I believe business is life. So if you're already doing good in life, you would do great in business. But if you're not doing good in business, you can't do good in life. So they already harmonize together, and you have to figure out. And I'm here to figure out. So I'm here with my brother in billion-dollar table to make sure that we all know how to elevate and how we get to the next level. So my brother, Tim Martin in the building, is 17 years in business, and we have a lot to talk about and a lot to learn. So thank you for coming, my brother.
It's my pleasure to be here with you.
Of course, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So how can you introduce yourself to the world, brother?
Well, I'm Timothy Martin, the owner of Mr. Apple Candy Store. Been in business for 17 years in the heart and soul of the French Quarters.
Wow, brother, 17 years. This is like a lot going on right there. It's a journey.
That it is.
I mean, I've been myself like 5 years right now in business, and I feel like I'm a hero. So, I mean, 17 years, you've been like the mastery of it. So how it feels like to be 70, like to be in 17 years in business now? How it feels like?
It feels great. It feels great as it's an accomplishment, but it's not the end of the journey. The journey keeps on going.
Right, right. So, I mean, I'm sure that, especially we here in New Orleans, is the big easy place. So people think it's so easy, right? Number one, and people also like they don't know how difficult for us like to start something, especially like y'all. I believe like I'm really grateful for New Orleans and for y'all too, because when I came here, I came straight to New Orleans. Y'all been like the greatest people that helped me and support me. So I feel like it's not enough knowledge in people's eyes to understand how New Orleans is moving right now, because they think it's easy. They think it's nothing going on after Katrina is over. You feel me? So I feel like there is a lot going on in here. And I really wanna bring this light to the building. I wanna like make sure everybody understand how great this place is. So how difficult and how everybody, as I said, knows the glory, but they don't know the story. They see the glory and they don't know the story. So tell us about the story, brother.
Well, the story is how I started. I started on 610 and Elysian Fields. I was selling fruit and water. The beginning was water. I was in the Nation of Islam, and we had our own water. And I had the water, but I didn't have nowhere to distribute it. And the guy said, brother, you need to be on the corner with the water and the fruit. And that's how it all started. Now, people would think, a lot of people thought that you're on the corner where people come and stop. But there's one thing about that. And if you are in business, it is location, location, location. So I was at a spot where the people came to me.
Right.
Not me going to the people. The people came to me, and they stopped at the red lights. And it was just my thing to put a smile on my face, greet them, and just exert a good energy. And with that, so that's how it all started. That was the beginning of it.
Right. So you was aware about the attitude, like right now when you're saying you're smiling and you're doing it in a good energy, which is a good attitude. So where did this awareness came from? The energy awareness.
Well, first of all, there is a good quote like Southern hospitality. I am from the South, okay, and New Orleans is part of that, where the Southern hospitality. So it was definitely inbred in me, and a lot of reading, with that, and a lot of spiritual growth. So that's, I would say that's where a lot of the attitude and everything came from.
Oh, so this is the education, I believe, like, because a lot of people lacking of knowledge today, and they don't know the power of like just a smile or like just do what you do in love or in a great attitude. That makes, I mean, in my perspective, it brings a different result.
Yes, and the number one thing is to believe in yourself and to not be cocky, arrogant. It's just to have the confidence, and there's a difference. The confidence of
fact
believing in yourself.
Yeah. In today's time, there is a lot of as you said, cocky, people like keep like showing off because they want to hold up their weakness by showing off something that they have because they think this is what makes them look confident and good. And just like you being, man, I really appreciate this wisdom. This is big time. I really appreciate that.
Well, it's my pleasure being here with you.
Yeah. So now we on the corner. We see people coming in. We know the secret. We know the energy level that we use in it, and that's allow you maybe to grow. So how that the dream came to become like in the French Quarter today, to be in 17 years in business, that people dream to be in business in French Quarter. Then after when they if they start a business in French Quarter, they're gonna struggling big time to stay there for 2 years. You've been there for life.
Yeah.
So how that looks like?
Well, like you said, that was the start. Well, how the journey came in the winter, that was a slow part of it. People would not roll down their windows and everything, and the water wouldn't sell. It would be just the fruit, and I just was pretty much like praying, just pray that I needed something additional, and out of the blue, I'm at the light, the light was on red, and a guy came up to me at the door, put his window down, and said, "Here." It was a red candy apple, and something just went popped in my mind because the red candy apple, what I grew up with Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras was a thing with the red candy apples. We didn't have it too much around during the season, but just doing Mardi Gras, and I loved the red candy apple, and he gave me two. And he said, "Try this out, brother." And I ate one, and I think the second call came up, bought it, and something just went off in my brain, like, yes, this is it.
Man.
And that's part of the story right there. But now the other part of the story was that I would sell out a lot. And it's had this one particular lady would come, and she would come from Baton Rouge. And she would come late in the day, and I would be sold out, and she really got mad at me a few times. I'm not gonna say what she said to me, but she got mad with me, and from there, that's where the vision came from. I have to open up my own candy store selling candy apples, right?
Let's go. Let's
That
go.
was it, that I'm on to something here.
Right.
And that's where the candy business started from.
That's
right
powerful. And how I mean, I know I live here now, and I see there is difficulty sometimes for the people of color to get it, or to start. Hey, I mean, I believe that it takes courage sometimes to do something different,
Mm-hmm.
So where you got all this power from? Like how you make I want to make it. I will make it. I don't care about it.
I mean, it's really just believing in yourself, and a lot of reading and just trial and error. I didn't go to no culinary school, but my cousin, I must say that he did. And when I first opened, he was there with me, Michael Shanklin. I have to give my props to him.
Shout out to your cousin. Let's go. Let's go, cousin. Family over everything. That's powerful. So you mentioned reading twice right now.
Yes.
So I want one book that whoever right now listening to can read it.
Well, one of the books was Think and Grow Rich. That
Yes,
was a
sir.
Good book by me. Rich Dad, Poor Dad was really one of the ones too. So those two come to mind right now.
That's wonderful. I mean, Think and Grow Rich is my friend. I love listening to this book every time I travel. So that's really powerful. So, I mean, we hear the story. We are inspired right now. And then take us a few steps, or you need to be successful in business to stay in business. I mean, people sometimes they're not aware that we are, as business owner, we spend two types of money. We spend money to open a business, and then money to stay in business, because it's easy to get out of business in America though. And that's where I believe the challenge right now. So what it takes in your perspective, like maybe 5 things it takes for any business to be successful and to stay in business?
Right. Well, it's a strategy and it's a plan. Like I would say, that at first I did not have. I believed in myself. So from going through the experience of being in business for 17 years, I would tell anybody it's strategy. The strategy is a plan. Have a plan and execute it. You're gonna have some bumps and bruises on the road, but that's what is in business and in life. So, and we just got to get through that. But you have to have a plan now. Have the plan, stick to it, modify, but have a plan and a strategy. A strategy to stay in business, and what you want to do is to grow.
Right.
You want to grow. Don't want to stay the same. Grow.
That's a key, because to stay in business without growth, I think you're dying. If you're not growing, you're dying. And that's actually the power of keep the commitment for the strategy or the plan that you're talking about. So you said about the obstacle. I mean, I believe the key is how to overcome this obstacle on a way, or the difficulty or the challenge, whatever they call it. So how you deal with that?
Well, everything is going to be seasonal. We have ups and downs in it. So you prepare for the seasonals, and just a lot of things. I think what each business really needs is marketing. Marketing is definitely things that you definitely need. You need to acquire customers, and then you got to retain customers. So, and a lot of it is marketing. You definitely have to market if you're in business.
That's a fact. So there is money made in this. Like there is transaction happening in this 17 years. We love money. We respect money, and we know there is like something coming in and out, and we want to know what money means to you nowadays. Like after all what you did, your achievement.
I mean, money is a part of life, and money is like an energy. And the money that we want and grow, we just have to match the energy of the money that we want. So
Right.
we want to, like say, think and grow rich. So we want to grow rich. We got to be rich first, and then everything else will come to pass.
Right. So, man, this is the deepest. Like, I like the answer because this is the only question I heard your answer before we start this podcast. So, to be honest, and like when you say the energy, like this is exactly what I really believe as a perspective. Everything is energy. So, how can we become like here the key? Because this is what you helped me when we first made dope. So I asked him a question, and it was like needed though. I told him like how you become who you are, and he said you have to become who you want to become in order to become who you want to become. I'm like, yo, so it's like something inside is all what you want is actually inside job. You have to work on you. You have to work on your mindset. You have to become who you want in order to the universe give it to you. And the way he answered was so simple and so great. And brother, if you don't mind, I just want how you become that, how you match the energy of the money, of the goal, of the target that you're looking for.
Just take it day by day and pray that today will be better than tomorrow. Today would be wonderful, and tomorrow will be even greater. And that's what we definitely need to try to become. And there are obstacles in this world. There's racism, there's poverty, there's everything that's in that. But none of that can really stop us right now, And we just got to keep going. And if we are not at a level that we want to become, come within ourselves, go deep down, and then project it, and it all will come to us.
Let's go. That's powerful, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that's a fact, because I believe, like Erin Nightingale one time said, we become what we think about most of the time. So if you're not really manifesting wealth in your life, I think you're manifesting what you're thinking about. So you're thinking about poor people, so you're becoming poor. You're thinking too much about sick people, so you're becoming sick. You feel that so bad because your friend have nothing and you will have nothing. You hear in a personal experience. You don't have to involve yourself in everything going on around you. Plus, you have to keep and stay focused on what you want to become in order to become it. Because this is the only way. If you want to like always think of what you don't want, you will always become it. So the way my brother explained it right now is actually insane. If you start feeling it, if you start accepting it and harmonize with it, it's actually going to manifest. Thank you so much, man, for this wisdom. I appreciate it.
Wonderful.
So we have a question right now. There is people today doing good in business, right? And there is people who going out of business. I mean, we know that whatever business start today, in the next 2 years, 50% of them are going out of business. And there is Mr. Apple staying 17 years straight in business, right? So I want to know, what is the secret? How you see that? What you think about that?
Um, the secret is to keep going. I mean, there's been ups and downs. It's just to really keep going.
So why do you think people get out of business too early, though?
It could be a lot of reasons. It could be a personal reason. It could be, now this Mr. Apple wasn't my first business, you understand? So it could be the journey, so it could be a journey, you understand? Well, it is a journey. So it can be you be in business with this one, but then you say, well, I want to get in business, but this is not exactly fits me at this junction in my life. So
Right.
you would get out of it, and then you just keep going.
With your passion, with what you
Right.
what you
What
feel
you
like.
love, yes.
That's awesome, man. That's powerful. That's powerful. So right now there is young guys and there is people that who really want to make it alive. They have family. They want to start one. Maybe they want to do something different for themselves and their family. So what the wording, what the advice that's maybe motivation, something that they can listen to and they can keep it in their mind to make different.
What that mean? Learn, read a lot. That is definitely one of the things, to read a lot. With that, be passionate about it and have a passion, what you love. If you love what you do, no matter what, you are going to become successful. Like in business, we can say it, the best people that I want to work, who I want to work, that have a vision and that they want to do things for themselves. Because if you do things for yourself, you're going to go about your job and what you do with pride, and you're going to try to be the best at it. And it's a journey. You have to start one place, but my ending is that I want to be my own boss, my own business. I want to do this. And you have to start somewhere. And people like that they'll take it. You would see it from them, that how they want to be like this person. They got it. They want to be something in life, and they project it. So that would be my number one recommendation: have passion about what you want to do.
Right, that's powerful. That's powerful. So this is a deeper question, though. We have two more questions for you before we finish it. Right. So, what Mr. Apple means to you? Like, why Mr. Apple?
Why Mr. Apple? That's a good question there. Mr. Apple came about just a random thing. I play poker for passion, and Mr. Apple started through poker. I won a tournament, and that's how Mr. Apple started. But one of the guys and I just told him, what I wanted to do, and he randomly said, Mr. Apple. And it just clicked to me, like,
Right.
Mr. Apple, that's the name of my business, what it's going to be. And that's how Mr. Apple came to
Right.
be.
That's big time. That's great. So, right. So you got the name from there, right?
Yes.
But why you choose to do like a candy store?
Candy store. Well, the candy store came from, say, when I was on the calendar and everything, and I just knew that I was on to something, okay? So how it all came about, my location, where I'm at right now, before it was just a dream that I know I wanted to have a candy store. Didn't know the name or anything, but I just wanted it. So The store, it was after Katrina, and we're in the French Quarters, and that's when, the French Quarters was really not the French Quarters.
Right.
It just wasn't up and going, and
Right.
it was up for lease, and I went there, told the guy, I'm just interested in your location. He showed me around and everything, and then how things work. Think about maybe 4 weeks to a month after, I came into the money and I went there with everything in my hand. So I wanted to see it again. Well, had the money right then and there to put down a down payment, and that's what it is.
Right. So what do you think? What do you think Mr. Apple doing for the community today, for the culture?
Well, it's definitely bringing about just good treats, authenticity. That what we believe in. You come into Mr. Apple, you have a good vibe. We match the look with the smell and everything. So when you come in there, you are in a candy store when you was a little kid, and then you just smell the looks, and the smell just comes all together, and you just want most everything in there. So what we're doing, we just an example of for the people in New Orleans and the world that you can do what you want to do. You just have to believe in yourself.
Okay, that's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. So, Mr. Apple, because I believe, I'm surprised right now people eating apple when they have Mr. Apple. Like, that's not even fair, right? This is greatness, man. So, I know you have your beautiful wife right now in the building, right?
Yes,
so
I
the
do.
queen in the building, and it's also, as you say, business life, and life is business, and there is a challenges up and down in life. So how you, in this time, as a successful businessman, and you have you have been traveling around all the time. So how you keep your relationship healthy?
Well, my wife right now, she's part of the business with me, so it's not really just Mr. Apple. It's Mrs. Apple and Mr. Apple.
Right.
And you might have heard it first here that they might have in the future, in the immediate future, Mrs. Apple coming. Okay, so and it is a journey, a wonderful journey every day with my lovely wife, my children, and everything. So it's life, and it's a wonderful life to live.
So how you keep it healthy? Give me the secret, King. Let's go. Give me the sauce. I'm waiting. I want the sauce right there.
That is a good question there. Okay,
Right.
you just gotta live it. Live life.
Right.
That's what I would just say. Just spend time with your family. Love your family, and just love them to death.
Right. That's wonderful. Love is enough. I always believe love is a healer. Love is the only way. Is a way of growth, because God is love.
Yes, it makes the world go around.
Right. So I heard that. I'm ready. Want to finish it, but I heard you twice talking about your intuition when the lady gave you the apple, when the lady came late. And when the guy gave you the apple from the car. You on the two level, you prayed. You said I prayed for the store. I have it already as on paper. So there is intuition, and you listen to that and you follow it. Why you think, and what God means to you? Who is God? You're praying. What God means to you today?
God means everything to me. God is within me. So that is everything. In life is to believe in God, and God is within ourselves. So we got to believe within ourselves and in ourselves.
So you believe that God using you today, through you making all this moves and decision, right? And I believe it.
Yes.
And I believe it. I believe it. And then how and why people you think they don't listen to their intuition sometimes? They feel like,
because there is a saying: don't believe in your heart. Don't do what your heart says. And it's always a conflict with what our mind and what our heart says. And the key is to more or less have both of them come together. And if both of them come together, you're unstoppable.
Wow, that's alignment. That's powerful, man. Brother Tim, thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful. We've been working right now for 20 days almost together. It's
Yes, we
15 days.
have.
Would you mind to say like what you think about working with us?
Oh,
How does
it's been wonderful, man.
how you like it?
You have a wonderful energy. He has a wonderful energy, and he loves what he do, and he take pride in what he does. So that is, and it shows, my man. It definitely shows, and we are doing some wonderful things.
I appreciate that, man. I
And
appreciate
he's
it.
going to make Mr. Apple, be part of Mr. Apple, grow to be.
Yeah. Because we actually like right now, just before we finish it, we work in LA, and Las Vegas, and we want to see in California also. We opening like a franchise and having some opportunities for people or investors or who have the will maybe to be part of Mr. Apple.
Yes.
We want to make sure everybody knows that we open, right?
Yes.
And you better believe it. If you really want to be part of this family, Mr. Apple is a place that I personally love, I experience, and I support. And yeah, we would love to make business with you if you already want to open a successful business, because it takes a lot to be in successful business. And we have a successful business. We want to go ahead and open a franchise. We ready? If you're ready, we can go ahead to California and Vegas. That's the first step. So if you're ready, connect us, call us. And the last before we go, where is Mr. Apple address?
Address is 201 North Peters in the French Quarter, 70130. That's the zip code, and the telephone number is 504-524-0601. And you can order Mr. Apple at mrapple.net. And Mr. Apple is spelled out MISTERAPPLE.net.
Yep, go ahead and support my brother, the king. And remember, that's God first. And I will see you at the top.